Hi everyone, welcome to another edition of the Library Marketing Show. I'm Angela Hursh from superlibrarymarketing.com, and today we're going to be answering a viewer question about library websites. But before we do that, I want to remind you that you can suggest a future topic for an episode at superlibrarymarketing.com. Just click on the Library Marketing Show tab, or you can just let me know down in the comments. So today's question comes from Lori, who works at Ellsworth Public Library, and she wanted to know if websites are an important part of library marketing. And if so, how do we use them for marketing purposes? Great question, Lori. And the simple answer is, as you can see, your library website is very important. It is another branch of your library, honestly, the digital version of your library that lives on the internet. So let's talk a little bit about how to use this very important space in the most effective way for library promotions. So as always, you want to start out by considering a couple of things. First, how are people interacting with your website right now? What are they doing? And then second, what do you want them to do? Are they doing the things? Are they visiting the parts of your website that you want them to visit? Are they taking actions that help your library to achieve their overall strategic goals? If not, this is going to give you a roadmap from where you are to where you want to be. So consider, do you want people to be driven to the catalog? Do you want them going to your online calendar of events? Are there special landing pages, maybe for education resources that you have on your website that you'd really like to see more traffic to? You need to figure out what you want people to do and what they're doing now in order to really use your website for marketing. Then the next thing to remember is the most important piece of real estate on your library website is the top half of the home page. If you've ever heard this expression in the world of newspapers, below the fold, above the fold, above the fold is the first half or the top half of anything, and that includes a library website. So what do people see when they log onto your website? That you really have to use that space wisely. So pick a CMS and pick graphics and have a strategy for what you want to put on the screen when somebody first pulls up your website, because you may only have a few seconds to get their attention and to get them to take an action from looking at your website. And you can even create an editorial calendar for your website if you've got different things you want to promote in that very specific space of real estate. Schedule them out so that you can create those graphics ahead of time and take some time to think intentionally about the text that you will use. But just remember, whatever your priority is, it should be on the top half of your home page. And then the next thing to think about is you want to make it easy for people to find what they want. So that means if you want to drive people to the catalog, and if people love your catalog, if people love your collection, you want to make it clear how to get to the catalog. You might want to use some of that important top page real estate for that. Social media, if you want people connecting with you on social, make it easy for them to find your icons. Make it easy for them to sign up for your email newsletters or e-blasts if you have that. If you have a focus on programming, make it easy to find your program calendar. You don't want people to spend too much time digging around for things because they'll get frustrated and they'll leave, and then you'll lose that opportunity for marketing. So those are really the basic top three things. What do you want them to do? Use your real estate wisely and make it easy for people to find the things that they want. I do have an entire blog post that I wrote with more design tips for library websites. I'm going to put the link down in the show description. You can also find it on superlibrarymarketing.com just by searching library website. So thank you for that very great question, Lori. I hope that helped. You can also go to superlibrarymarketing.com and click on the Library Marketing Show tab to nominate someone for Kudos. And Kudos today goes to the Orange County Library System. I'm going to put a link down below to a piece of a news article that was done on the Orange County Library System. So they have a whole set of curriculum of courses that people can take. And this particular woman who's profiled at the beginning of this piece used the skills that she learned at the library during these courses to open her own Etsy shop and make money for herself. They have a technology and education department head at their library, and so this piece profiles that. And again, I'm always impressed when any library gets fantastic news coverage. This is definitely a piece I want you to read and share with your friends, and think about how you can get this kind of press coverage at your library. I think it's amazing. So kudos to you, Orange County Library System. As always, would love to hear what you have to think about today's show. Let me know if you have more suggestions for Lori about websites down in the comments. Of course, like this video, share it with your friends in library marketing. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for spending some time with me, and I'll see you next time.